It started as something that sounded harmless, almost forgettable. Emma stood at my door that evening, her usual confidence softened by something unfamiliar. There was urgency in her eyes, but also hesitation, like she hated needing help at all. "I need a favor," she said, skipping any small talk. I leaned against the doorframe, already suspicious. "That depends." She exhaled slowly. "I need you to pretend to be my boyfriend. Just for the weekend." I blinked. That escalated quickly. "It's my family," she explained, pacing slightly now. "They won't stop asking questions. I just need them off my back." Emma wasn't the type to ask for anything, which made this harder to refuse. At work, she was sharp, composed, always in control. Seeing her like this, uncertain, shifted something in me. "And why me?" I asked. She stopped pacing, meeting my eyes. "Because I trust you." That landed heavier than I expected. After a moment, I nodded. "All right. But we keep it simple." She gave a small, almost relieved smile. Simple. We both believed that word in the moment. But as she turned to leave, already thanking me, I had a strange feeling settle in my chest. Like this wasn't going to stay simple for long. And somehow, I had just agreed to something that would change everything. The drive to her family's house was quieter than I expected. Emma sat beside me, scrolling through her phone, but I could tell she wasn't really reading anything. Every now and then, she'd glance at me like she wanted to say something, but didn't. "You okay?" I finally asked. She nodded quickly. "Yeah. Just, remember, they're very observant." "That's comforting," I muttered. When we arrived, the house was already alive with noise, voices, laughter, the clinking of dishes. The moment we stepped inside, everything seemed to pause for half a second. Then it began. Questions. Smiles. Curious looks. And before I could even react, Emma's hand slipped into mine. It was subtle, but deliberate. "Stay close," she whispered, her voice just for me. I played along, introducing myself, answering questions, letting her guide the narrative. She leaned into me naturally, like she'd done it 100 times before. And slowly, I found myself matching her rhythm. But there were moments, small ones, where the act blurred. Like when she laughed at something I said, and it didn't feel forced. Or when her grip tightened slightly when someone teased her. By the time dinner ended, her mother made the decision for us. "You'll stay the night, of course," she said warmly. Emma didn't argue. And just like that, the line between pretend and real shifted again. The guest room was neat, cozy, and immediately problematic. One bed. No couch. No chair big enough to sleep on. No easy way out. Emma stepped inside first, then stopped abruptly. I followed, already understanding the issue before she said anything. "Well, that's inconvenient," I said. She let out a quiet breath. "We can't make it obvious. I can take the floor." "No," she replied quickly. "That would raise questions." She was right. Everything here was about appearances. So, after an awkward pause, we both moved toward the bed like it was some kind of silent agreement. We stayed fully dressed, keeping a careful distance between us as we lay down. The mattress dipped slightly in the middle, making that distance feel smaller than it actually was. The lights went out, and silence filled the room. "You're not a restless sleeper, are you?" she asked softly. "Only when I'm overthinking," I replied. She let out a faint laugh. "Great." But neither of us moved closer. Not yet. Still, I was hyper-aware of everything, the sound of her breathing, the warmth radiating from her side of the bed, the way the air felt different with her so close. It wasn't uncomfortable. It was something else. Something quieter. Something that made sleep harder to find. I don't know how much time had passed when I woke up. The room was dark, completely still, the kind of silence that only comes deep into the night. For a moment, I thought I had imagined it. Then I felt it again. A light touch, barely there, moving slowly along my back. My breath caught, but I didn't move. Her fingers traced carefully along my spine, hesitant, like she wasn't sure if she should continue. There was nothing rushed about it. No urgency. Just quiet curiosity. "Emma," I said softly. She didn't pull away. "I couldn't sleep," she whispered. Her voice was different, lower, more vulnerable than I'd ever heard it. "And this helps?" A small pause. Then, "I don't know." Her hand stilled for a moment, then resumed, slower this time. "It wasn't bold. It wasn't intentional in the way people usually think. It felt searching. Like she was trying to understand something she hadn't expected." I turned slightly, just enough to face her in the dark. I couldn't see her clearly, but I could feel how close she was now. Neither of us spoke again. But something had shifted. And there was no pretending that it hadn't. Morning light crept in slowly, soft and indifferent to everything that had happened the night before. I woke up to an empty space beside me. Emma was already up. I found her by the window, arms folded, staring outside like she had been standing there for a while. "Morning," I said. She turned quickly, her expression composed again, almost too composed. "Breakfast is downstairs." Just like that, her voice had returned to normal. Controlled. Safe. We moved through the morning like nothing had changed. Sitting at the table, answering questions, smiling at the right moments. But it wasn't the same. Her hand brushed mine once while passing a cup, and she pulled away a second too late. Her laughter came easily, but her eyes avoided mine. It wasn't awkward. It was careful. Like we were both aware of something fragile between us and didn't want to break it by naming it. I tried to catch her alone, but every time I got close, she found a reason to step away. And yet, she never went too far. That was the confusing part. She wasn't avoiding me. She was holding distance. As if she didn't trust herself not to close it completely. By the second day, the act started slipping in ways neither of us could fully control. It wasn't obvious to everyone, but it was enough. "You two seem closer today," her sister teased during lunch, watching us a little too carefully. Emma smiled without hesitation. "We are." And for once, it didn't feel like a performance. Later, we found a quiet moment outside, away from the noise of the house. The air was cooler, calmer, like the world had slowed down just enough for honesty. "About last night," I started. "Don't," she said quickly. I frowned. "Why not?" She looked away, crossing her arms again. "Because it complicates things. It already is complicated." That made her pause. She exhaled slowly. It wasn't supposed to feel like anything. But it did. Her silence confirmed it more than any words could. When she finally looked at me, there was something unguarded in her expression. "That's exactly the problem," she admitted quietly. For a moment, neither of us moved. The space between us felt smaller now, not physically, but emotionally. And for the first time, it wasn't the act creating that closeness. It was something real.